Hi everyone. How are you doing today? I really hope you're feeling good, and you're ready to hear something new, something that can help you a lot. You know, sometimes we all want to learn something new, don't we? Maybe it's a new skill, like how to cook a different kind of food, or a new hobby, like drawing. And, of course, many of us want to learn a new language, like English. But sometimes, learning can feel, well, it can feel really hard, can't it? Very, very hard. It's like trying to climb a very tall, very steep mountain. You try and you put in so much effort, but it feels like you're moving so slowly. It feels difficult, confusing, and sometimes, honestly, a little bit boring. Do you ever feel this way when you're trying to learn something? I think many people know this feeling. It's like you sit down with your books, or you open your computer, and you think, oh, this is going to be so much work. This is going to be a struggle. And you might spend many hours studying, but at the end of it, you don't feel like you've made much progress, or you can't remember what you just read. It can be quite frustrating, right? But what if learning didn't have to feel so hard? What if there was a way that was a bit easier? A bit more effective? A bit smarter? That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. We're going to explore how to learn smarter, not harder. It's about finding better ways, more clever ways, good ways, so that learning feels more enjoyable and actually works better for you. It's about finding the best way to climb that mountain, not just trying to go straight up the hardest part. Hey everyone, I'm Eliza, and you are listening to the Fluent Fox Podcast. I'm really happy you're here with me today. It's great to have you joining me to learn English, and also to discover some really useful ideas that can help you in many parts of your life, not just with language. And hey, before we go too deep into our topic, I have something very special for you that I think you'll find super helpful. Do you ever wish you could see all the words I'm saying right now? Maybe you want to read them later, to practice your reading skills, or check a new word. And maybe you want to test your English understanding after listening to this podcast. Yes. Well, I thought so. That's why there's a free PDF available for you. It's right there, in the description box below this video. This PDF has the entire conversation, every single word I am saying today, written down for you. So, you can read along with me right now, or you can read it later to review and practice. This is such a good way to see how words are spelled, how sentences are formed, and to learn new vocabulary. And that's not all. The PDF also includes a well-designed mock test to help you check your understanding of everything we talk about today. It's completely free, just for you, to help you learn even better. So, please remember to go and get your free PDF after you finish listening to our chat. It's a great tool to help you learn even more effectively. Okay, let's get back to our main idea today. Learn smarter, not harder. So, let's think for a moment. What do we mean when we say learn? Simply put, learning means gaining new knowledge, or getting new information. It also means picking up new skills. For example, right now, as you listen to my voice and my words, you are learning English. Your brain is hearing new English words, new English sounds, and new ways that English sentences are put together. This is learning. You're actively adding new things to your mind. Maybe you're trying to learn how to cook a new dish. You follow a recipe, you try new ingredients, you practice. That's learning. Or perhaps you're learning to play a musical instrument, like the guitar. You learn how to hold it, how to position your fingers, how to make different sounds. That's also learning. You see, we learn so many different things every single day, don't we? It's not just about sitting in a classroom or reading big, complicated books. We learn from watching, from listening, from doing things with our hands, from making mistakes and trying again. Learning is happening all the time around us, and inside us. Now, let's consider what harder learning often feels like. When we say learning is harder, it often means you feel very tired quite quickly. You might feel confused, like you're lost. You might feel like you're not making any real progress, not moving forward even when you're trying your best. You could spend many hours studying or practicing something, but at the end of that time, you don't feel good about what you've learned, or you can't remember much of it. Imagine reading a long textbook, page after page, for hours without a break, but when you close the book, most of the information has gone from your mind. That can be truly hard. It can make you feel bad about your abilities, or even make you want to just give up on learning altogether. And we definitely don't want that to happen, do we? Learning should be an empowering experience. So, what about smarter learning? This is a completely different approach. Smarter learning is when you find and use methods, ways, or techniques that make learning feel easier for your brain. Ways that help you remember more information, more effectively. Ways that help you understand things deeper and clearer. It's about learning faster, or simply better, with less stress, less feeling of being exhausted or overwhelmed. It's like discovering a more efficient path, a really good shortcut, to reach your learning goal more easily. It's about using your brain in the most effective, most natural way for you. It's about working with your brain, understanding how it prefers to learn, instead of trying to force it. Let me give you a simple picture. Imagine you have a very big pile of books, and you need to move all of them from one room to another. The harder way might be to try and pick up all the books at once, right? You'd probably struggle, some books might fall, you might even hurt your back or feel exhausted. It would be very, very difficult. But the smarter way? Well, that would be to use a strong bag, or to carry only a few books at a time, making several trips. Or perhaps, even smarter, you could ask a friend to help you. You still move the same number of books, but you use a smarter, easier, and more efficient method. Learning is very much like this. We can definitely find smarter ways to get new information into our minds and remember it for a long, long time. So, let's dive into some of these smarter ways of learning. One of the first and most fundamental ideas, something that can really change how you feel about your learning journey, is to think about taking small steps. What exactly do I mean by small steps? Let's imagine you want to walk from your home to a city that is incredibly far away. Perhaps it's hundreds of kilometers, or even thousands. If you stand at your door and only think about the huge distance, like, oh no, I need to walk 1,000 kilometers today, you would probably feel very, very tired and completely discouraged before you even take your first step, wouldn't you? You might immediately think it's impossible, too big, too much. This is what we call thinking about the big step. It's just too enormous, it feels overwhelming, and your brain just wants to give up before it even begins. But what if you thought differently? What if you told yourself, okay, today I will walk for just 1 hour. And tomorrow, I will walk for another hour. And the day after that, 1 more hour. This is thinking in small steps. Each individual step, each hour, feels manageable. It feels possible. It feels easy enough to start. And what happens when you do this? After many, many small steps, 1 hour after another, 1 day after another, you will slowly but surely reach that far city. You get there not by one giant, impossible leap, but by many small, easy movements, one after the other. Learning works exactly like this too. Many times, especially with something like learning English, we want to get fluent very, very fast. We dream of speaking like a native speaker in just 1 month, or understanding everything instantly. But is this really possible in such a short time? Not truly, no. That's a very, very big goal, a huge step that's usually unrealistic. And when it doesn't happen quickly, when you don't magically become fluent in a month, it can make you feel very, very bad about your progress. You might feel like you are failing, or that you are not intelligent enough. And that negative feeling, unfortunately, makes learning feel even harder. It makes it a struggle. So, instead of trying to take a huge, impossible step, focus on taking small, manageable steps. Break down your big, overall learning goal into tiny, bite-sized pieces. Make them so small that they feel almost too easy to not do. Instead of saying to yourself, I need to learn all English words, try saying, today, I will learn just 5 new English words. Not 100 words, not 200 words. Just 5. 5 words. That feels completely doable, right? It's a small task. Instead of thinking, I must listen to English for 3 hours today, try saying, today, I will listen to English for just 10 minutes. Not 3 hours, which can feel like forever. Just 10 minutes. Most people can find 10 minutes in their day, even a very busy day. Instead of feeling pressured to speak English perfectly, try saying, "Today, I will say one English sentence out loud. Maybe to myself in the mirror, or I'll try it with a friend, or even just whisper it to my pet. Just one simple sentence. That's it." These are what we call small steps. They are easy to begin. They are easy to complete. And when you successfully do a small step, you get a wonderful feeling. You think, "Yes, I did it. I learned those 5 words, or I listened for 10 minutes. And this good feeling, this small success, gives you confidence and helps you feel motivated. It makes you want to learn more tomorrow, or later today. It creates a positive cycle of small achievements leading to bigger motivation. If you try to learn too much information at once, your brain simply gets full. It's a bit like trying to fill a small cup or a glass. If you pour too much water into that cup too fast, what happens? The water overflows and spills everywhere, doesn't it? Your brain works in a similar way. It needs time to slowly drink the knowledge, little by little. It needs time to process that new information and put it in the right places in your memory. So, take a moment to really think about what you want to learn. Does it feel like a very big, perhaps overwhelming, goal? If it does, then the smart strategy is to break it down. Divide it into much smaller, easier pieces. Make a very simple plan. Tell yourself, every day, "I will do this tiny, easy thing." This is truly learning smarter. You are not trying to lift a very, very heavy weight all at once, which could lead to you getting tired or even hurting yourself. No, you are lifting smaller weights, many times, slowly but surely getting stronger and stronger. This way, learning doesn't feel so incredibly hard. It becomes manageable. It becomes possible. And, importantly, it feels good. Now, let's talk about another idea that connects very strongly with taking small steps. It's about practicing regularly. This is a hugely important part of learning smarter. What do I mean when I say practice? Practice means doing something many, many times. It means repeating an action or a skill over and over. And regularly means doing it often, consistently, like every day, or every 2 days, or a few times a week. It doesn't mean doing it just once and then forgetting about it for a long, long time. No, it means making it a consistent part of your normal routine, a habit. Think about any sport, like football, basketball, or even just running. If you want to play football well, truly well, you need to practice, right? You need to kick the ball many times. You need to run with the ball. You need to play with your teammates. And you do this regularly, maybe 3 or 4 times every single week. Now, if you only played football once a year, just one time, would you become good at it? Probably not, right? You need to practice often, consistently, to improve and to keep your skills sharp. Learning English is exactly the same. It's like a sport for your brain, for your mouth, for your ears. You need to practice it regularly. When you learn new English words, what do? Don't just read them once and put them away. Practice saying them out loud. Practice writing them down. Practice using them in a simple sentence. Say the sentence. Write the sentence. Try making different sentences with the same word. When you learn a new grammar rule, like how to use was and were to talk about the past, don't just read the rule. Practice making sentences with was and were. Say them out loud. Write them down. Think of many different examples. Do you want to speak English better, more smoothly, more naturally? You absolutely need to practice speaking, even if it's just speaking to yourself in the mirror. Or you can record your voice on your phone and listen back to hear yourself. Or try to find a friend or a language exchange partner to talk with, even for just a few minutes. Don't be afraid to try. Why is regular practice such a smart way to learn? Because your brain needs to build strong connections for new information. When you learn something new for the first time, it's like creating a very small, new path in your brain. It's a little trail in the forest of your mind. If you walk on that path only once, that little trail might quickly disappear. Your brain might forget where it is, or it might get covered by other things. But if you walk on that path many, many times, every day, or every 2 days, it doesn't stay a small trail. It becomes a clear, wide road. It becomes easy for your brain to find. It becomes something your brain knows very, very well, almost automatically. So, practice regularly. Don't wait for a special, long time when you have many hours free. No. Make practice a normal, everyday part of your life, even if it's for a very short time. Even just 5 minutes of English practice every day is much, much better than 1 hour of practice only once a week. Why? Because those consistent 5 minutes every day keep that path in your brain strong and clear. They keep the knowledge fresh and active in your mind. They tell your brain, this is important. Remember this. Use this. It's like watering a plant, you see. If you water a plant a lot, but only once a month, it might not grow well. It might dry out and suffer in between waterings. But if you water it a little bit every day, or every other day, it will grow strong and healthy. Your English skills are exactly like a plant. Water them regularly with consistent practice. This is a super smart way to learn. It makes learning feel much easier, not hard and stressful. It helps you remember things better and use them more naturally when you speak or write. It makes your English stronger and more automatic over time, slowly and surely, every single day. So, keep that practice going. You'll be amazed at the progress you make with regular effort. You know, sometimes we feel like we need to push ourselves very, very hard to learn. We might think, if I stop, I will forget everything. I must keep going without a pause. And this kind of thinking often leads us to our next really smart learning idea: take breaks. This might sound a little bit strange at first, right? Because we often think, I want to learn, so I should work without stopping. More time working equals more learning. Many people have this idea. They might sit for many, many hours, reading a book, writing notes, listening to lessons, trying to absorb everything without a single pause. But what actually happens when you do this? After some time, their brain gets incredibly tired. Very, very tired. Just like your body does. Imagine you are doing some physical work, like lifting heavy things. Can you lift heavy things for 5 hours straight without stopping, without a break? No. Your body will become extremely tired. Your muscles will ache, and you might even get injured. You need to rest. You need to put the heavy thing down and take a break to recover your energy. Your brain is exactly the same. It is like a muscle. When you are learning, your brain is working very, very hard. It is thinking deeply. It is connecting new ideas. It is trying to understand new concepts, and it's working hard to remember everything. This entire process uses a lot of energy. After some amount of focused time, your brain simply needs a rest. It needs a moment to breathe, to relax, to recover. If you don't take a break, your brain starts to get slow. It's like a computer that has too many programs open at the same time. It starts to slow down, become sluggish. You might start to forget things you just learned a few minutes ago. You could feel sleepy, even if you just woke up. You might feel frustrated or easily annoyed because your brain isn't functioning optimally. And when you feel frustrated and tired, learning becomes extremely hard and very unpleasant. You just want to stop. So, a very smart way to learn is to take regular, short breaks. Try this. Study or focus on English for about 20 or 30 minutes. You can even set a timer on your phone if it helps you remember. When the timer rings, take a short break, maybe 5 minutes. During this short break, try not to look at your phone or another screen if you can help it. Just stand up. Walk around your room for a minute or two. Go to a window and look outside for a moment. Drink some water. Just let your brain relax and be empty for a few moments. Give it a chance to clear. After your 5 minutes, go back to studying. You will notice that you feel much fresher. Your mind will feel clearer, more focused. It's like your brain got a little reset button pressed. Why does this strategy work so incredibly well? Because when you take a break, your brain actually has time to process the information you just put into it. It's like your brain is quietly organizing all the new words, all the new grammar rules, and all the new ideas you just learned. It's putting them into the right places in your memory. It's making sense of them. And when you come back after your break, your brain is ready and more efficient to receive more new information. It's like a computer closing some old programs to free up memory and make space for new ones. Think about it like eating a meal again. If you try to eat your food too fast, all at once, you might get a stomach ache. You won't really enjoy the taste, and your body might not digest the food properly. But if you eat slowly, taking your time, chewing carefully, you can enjoy your food more, and your body can digest it much better. Learning is very much like that. Give your brain time to digest the information. Taking breaks is absolutely not being lazy. It is not wasting time. In fact, it is a very smart and effective strategy. It actually helps you learn more in less total time because your brain is working much more efficiently. So, remember this important rule. When you study, study hard, yes, but also rest hard. Give your brain the breaks it truly needs. This makes learning much easier and far more enjoyable in the long run. It helps you avoid feeling completely burned out, stressed, or just utterly tired of learning English. You can learn for longer periods of time over days and weeks because you're taking good care of your brain, your most important learning tool. Now we're moving on to another incredibly powerful idea for learning smarter, and this one is really important for remembering things for a long time. It's about reviewing and repeating, but with a special, very effective trick. What do I mean by review? It means to look at something again, to check it again, to go over it. And repeat means to do something many times. We talked about practicing, which is about doing the English. This idea is similar, but it's more about actively checking what you remember and making sure that knowledge really stays in your memory. Imagine you put something very important, like a valuable key or a special note, into a box. After some days, if you don't open that box and look inside, you might start to forget what is inside it, right? Or even where you put the box. The information you learn and put into your brain is very similar. When you first learn something new, it usually goes into your short-term memory. Think of short-term memory like a small desk. It can hold a few things for a short amount of time, but it's not permanent. But to keep that information forever, to really know it well and be able to use it naturally, you need to move it from that small desk to your long-term memory. Long-term memory is like a huge, enormous library in your brain, with many shelves for all the knowledge you've ever gained. So, how do you move information from that small desk to the big, permanent library where it stays for a long time? You do it by reviewing and repeating, but with a very special and clever trick. Here's how to do it smartly. After you learn a few new English words, or a new grammar point, or even a new phrase, don't just sit and read them again and again. Instead, close your book, or look away from your screen. Now, try to remember those words or that grammar point without looking. Can you say the words out loud? Can you remember what they mean? Can you remember how to use that grammar rule? If you can't remember something, that is perfectly okay. That is completely normal. Don't worry. Just look at the word or the rule again for a second. Read it. Then, close your book or look away again and try to remember it. This is a super powerful method called active recall. You are actively trying to pull the information out of your brain, not just passively putting it in by reading. You are making your brain work to retrieve the information. And here's another smart part of this strategy. Do this active recall after 1 day. Then do it again after about 3 days. Then do it again after 7 days, 1 week. Then after 2 weeks, and then maybe after a month. This is a technique called spaced repetition. You are repeating your review, but you are increasing the spaces or time gaps between each review session. It's like gently reminding your brain every few days, then every week, then every few weeks. This helps to constantly reinforce the memory just as it starts to fade, making it stronger each time. Why is this method so smart and incredibly effective? Because it forces your brain to work to remember. When your brain has to make an effort, to work hard to find and remember something, it creates a much stronger memory connection. It tells your brain, hey, this information is important. Hold on to it tightly. If you just read the words again and again, it feels easy, right? It feels like you know it. But your brain isn't working hard enough to truly remember it for a long time. It's like looking at the answer to a math problem without actually trying to solve the problem yourself first. You don't really learn much that way, do you? Think about that path in the forest again. If you walk on it only once, it's just a small, unclear trail. But if you walk on it many, many times, especially after some grass has started to grow back over it, it quickly becomes a clear, easy-to-find path. Reviewing and repeating with active recall is like walking on that path in your brain. Every single time you try to remember something without looking, you are walking on that memory path, and it gets stronger and clearer. So, please, don't just passively read your notes. Test yourself. Always try to remember the information without looking. This is a very, very smart way to learn because it helps you truly understand things deeply and remember them for a very long time. It helps you move information from that small desk of short-term memory to the big, permanent library in your brain. It makes learning stick. And when knowledge sticks, it becomes much easier to use English words and grammar naturally in conversations, without having to think too much about each word or rule. It just comes to you automatically, which is the goal. And now, for our final, but perhaps the most important, secret ingredient for learning smarter. It's simply to make it fun. This might sound too simple, right? Fun. But learning is serious. But trust me, this is an incredibly powerful idea. Ask yourself, if something is truly fun, do you want to do it? Yes, absolutely. You want to do it more and more, right? You look forward to it. But if something is boring, or feels like a heavy chore, do you want to do it? No. Probably not. You'll try to avoid it, you'll procrastinate, you'll make excuses. Learning English, or learning anything new at all, should not be boring. It absolutely should not. It should be interesting. It should be enjoyable. When you genuinely enjoy something, you naturally want to do it more often, and you spend more time on it. And what happens when you do something more often? You learn more. You learn faster. You learn better. It's a very simple idea, a very basic human truth, but it's extremely effective for successful learning. Think about a child playing. Children learn so much when they play. They don't sit there thinking, oh, I must learn how this toy works, I must understand this game. No. They just play and explore, they try new things, they make mistakes and try again, and they learn naturally, without even realizing they are learning. Because it's fun. For learning English, how can you make it fun for you personally? It's different for everyone, so find what you love. Do you love music? Then listen to English songs. Find your favorite songs, or discover new ones. Try to understand the words. Look up the lyrics online. Sing along in your car, in the shower, anywhere. You can learn so many new words, new phrases, and improve your pronunciation and listening skills just by enjoying music. It's a completely fun and relaxing way to get exposure to English every day. Do you love movies or TV shows? Then watch movies or TV shows in English. You can start by watching with subtitles in your own language at first. Then, when you feel a little more comfortable, try watching with English subtitles. After that, challenge yourself to watch without any subtitles at all. You can start with simple cartoons or TV shows made for children, because they often use simpler words, slower speech, and clear visuals. Or, watch a movie you already know very well in your own language, and then watch it in English. Since you already know the story, it's easier to focus on the language and how it's spoken. Do you like reading stories? Then read simple English stories. You can find special books written for English learners, or simple children's storybooks, or comic books. Find stories about things you genuinely like. If you love animals, read animal stories. If you love adventure, read adventure stories. If you love cooking, read simple English recipes. Do you like talking to people and meeting new friends? Then find friends or language exchange partners to speak English with. You can find communities online, or maybe there are language groups or clubs in your city. Talking to real people in English is a fantastic way to practice, to use what you've learned, and to make the whole experience enjoyable and social. It's real communication, not just studying from a book. Do you like playing games? There are many wonderful English learning games or apps that are designed like games. They make learning new vocabulary or grammar points feel like a fun challenge or a puzzle, not a boring task. Many of them are very engaging. When you make learning fun, it stops feeling like work. It doesn't feel like a chore, or something you have to do because you should. Instead, it feels like something you want to do. And when it feels like something you truly want to do, you will naturally do it more often. You will spend more time with English. And when you spend more time with English, when you engage with it consistently because you enjoy it, you will learn much, much faster and more easily. Your brain also really loves fun. When you are happy, when you are enjoying yourself, when you feel relaxed and interested, your brain learns much, much better. It's easier for new information to go into your memory and stay there when you are having a good time. Stress, boredom, and negative feelings, unfortunately, make learning incredibly hard. Fun, on the other hand, makes learning easy, natural, and incredibly effective. It literally opens up your brain to receive and process new information more efficiently. So, take some time to think about your personal interests. What do you truly enjoy doing in your free time? How can you connect English learning to those things? If you love gardening, find English gardening videos or blogs. If you love video games, play some games in English. This approach makes learning smarter because you are using your natural interests and passions to motivate and help you learn. It's not a struggle, it's a pleasure, an exploration. This is how you completely avoid the harder way and truly find the smarter way. You will actually look forward to your learning time, not dread it, and that makes all the difference. So, my friends, we've talked about some truly powerful ideas today, haven't we? Ideas about how to really learn smarter, not harder. It's not about being the most intelligent person, or studying for the longest hours. It's about changing how you approach learning, not just how much time you spend. It's about being strategic. We started our chat by thinking about how those big learning tasks can feel so overwhelming, and how much better and more manageable it feels to simply take small steps. Remember, it's all about going little by little, one small step at a time. Just a few minutes of practice, learning a few new words, trying one new sentence. These small wins, these tiny achievements, they add up to truly big progress over time, and they keep you feeling good and motivated about yourself. Don't try to eat the entire cake in one sitting. Just eat a small, delicious piece every day. You'll enjoy it more, and you'll finish the cake eventually. Then, we explored how incredibly important it is to practice regularly. It's like consistently watering a plant so it stays healthy, or exercising a muscle so it gets stronger. Consistent, frequent practice, even if it's for short periods, makes your English skills much, much stronger and helps your brain build those vital, lasting connections. Don't wait for a perfect, long block of time to study. Just do a little bit, often, make it a habit. That consistent exposure is key, and we also learned that your amazing brain absolutely needs to take breaks. It might feel counterintuitive, but it's not lazy to rest, it's incredibly smart. Short breaks help your brain organize the new information it has received and come back feeling fresh, focused, and ready for more. So, remember to step away for a few minutes, clear your mind, let your brain process, and then return to your learning with renewed energy and clarity. We also discussed how to make your knowledge and your memories truly stick, by reviewing and repeating with active recall. This means you don't just passively read your notes. Instead, you close your book, hide the answer, and actively try to remember the information yourself. This active effort, this act of pulling information from your brain, is what makes the knowledge stay strong and move into your long-term memory. Test yourself often, and try to recall things after a day, then a few days, then a week. This spaced repetition is very powerful. And finally, my absolute favorite idea, and truly the secret ingredient for long-term success, make it fun. Find ways to connect English learning to things you genuinely enjoy and are passionate about. When you have fun while learning, you want to do it more often, you spend more time on it, and your brain learns better and faster. So, go find your English songs, your English movies, your English games, or your English-speaking friend. Learning doesn't have to be boring work or a difficult chore. It can truly be an exciting and enjoyable part of your everyday. You see, these aren't magic tricks. They are simply smart ways to understand and use your brain's natural abilities. They are about understanding how human learning works best. When you learn smarter, you will naturally feel less stress, You will feel much more motivated, and you will definitely see better, more consistent results in your English learning journey. Your English will improve, and it will feel like a natural, enjoyable adventure, not a difficult, tiring climb up a steep mountain. You are already doing a fantastic job just by listening to this podcast. You are already on the smart path. So, keep going with these ideas, and you'll see amazing progress. That's all for today's episode of the Fluent Fox Podcast. I truly hope these ideas about learning smarter help you not only with your English journey but also with anything else you want to learn or achieve in your life. Remember, these principles apply to absolutely anything, whether you're learning to cook a new dish, learning a new computer skill, learning to paint, or trying any new hobby. Before you go, please don't forget about your free PDF. It's waiting for you, packed with helpful resources. Just look in the description box below this video. This PDF has the entire conversation that I spoke today, written down for you to read and review. This is a fantastic way to practice that active recall we talked about. You can read it, then try to remember key phrases and vocabulary. And it also includes a well-designed mock test to help you check your understanding of today's lesson and practice some of the new vocabulary and concepts we discussed. It's a fantastic, completely free resource designed to help you learn even smarter and faster. Thank you so much for listening today. I truly hope you learned something new, felt more confident in your English, and feel ready to try these smart learning strategies. Your effort in listening and learning is truly admirable. I'll be back very soon with another interesting topic to help you learn smarter, not harder, right here with Fluent Fox. See you next time. Bye for now.